Well, what on earth? What is our project going to be today? Sanded ceramic tile caulking. It's like grout, and this happens to be natural gray color. Yeah, you can find that at the store. I got that at Home Depot, and it's over by the tile and that area, not over by the paint area. And I thought I was going to seal these today. I was going to show you how to seal these concrete steps, but you know what? And I even got the sealer here. See, Olympic Water Guard. That replaces Thompson's water sealer. I used to use Thompson's years ago, but they don't even carry it anymore. Fancy that. And I was going to seal these, but as you can see, the sun is still on them. It's a little shady right here, but the sun's overhead and it's moving this way. And I want to get it shady from here across before I start sealing this. And so I can do a little prep work on here, do a little this, that, and the other tang over here, and sweep the stairs one more time. But before I do that, I thought, seems as though it was still light and I wanted something to do. I'm gonna use this stuff on a different project. And here's a wall cap, concrete type wall cap. You see that? It's nice, huh? It's on top of the columns that I have out here, and here's stucco here, and they put these on. They glued these on somehow, and then they put a layer of grout around here. And this house is like 18, 19 years old. We've been living here about a year, a little over a year now. And I always find different little honeydew list of things that need to be done. Here's another one. See how it's separated from here, and then also right next to the grout. If I look around here, see there? See how big that? I mean, the crack doesn't look that big, but trust me, when it rains, when it snows, the water comes down, and then it hits this edge, and it wants to travel sideways. And eventually, it's going to get worse before it gets better. And the water's going to get inside that crack, run down here and get inside that crack. And where do you suppose that water goes? That's right, it goes behind the stucco. And the stucco is supported by some OSB plywood. And what do you suppose happens to that plywood when it gets wet? It gets all mushy. It expands like a sponge. If it gets wet up here, goes on down, because it just sucks that water right into it. And then the board starts to expand as it's wet. And then when it's dry, it's already lost its strength. Next time it gets wet, same thing happens. Water comes down, and then instead of going down this far, it goes down this far. And pretty soon, this whole thing's going to be waterlogged, and it's going to be mildewy, and it's going to start failing. In fact, I see a crack right here in the stucco. See it? And it comes up this way, along there. And that's the only real crack I see. There used to be some other cracks on this side, though, and I caulked those before, and then I painted over it. Well, I don't know if I'm going to use this sanded caulking here. See, I could have gotten a different color, and I could have put some other caulking in here. I could have got a taupe. I could have taken a picture of this, and this grout that I got, this natural gray color, they had probably 15 different colors at the store, and I probably could have gotten one that matched that, but I didn't. I don't know why I didn't. But see, there's not that many cracks on this stucco. I looked on here, there's no cracks. I don't see any cracks along this. And so I could take that caulking, or I've got some white caulking that's not a sanded caulk, and I could put that in there. And I could take my paint. I've got some paint touch up for this, and then I can just hit that. Okay, I'm going to try something a little different today. I don't know. I was thinking about putting some masking tape along here, you know, all the way along on both sides, and then pull the masking tape off and then kind of try to blend it in. But I'm just as easy to just dab a little bit on there and just wipe it with my finger to get rid of that. Okay, but the most important thing is up in here. And see, with this being the old mortar, between here and here, it's rough and it's got sand in it, and it's sanded. So that's why I thought I would use this sanded ceramic tile caulking, because it's designed to caulk around like tiles that maybe you've got some grout that's missing, and then you can put it in there and it's the same color or the same texture as your grout. You know what I mean? And so that's what I thought I would do, is put that up there. Because if I use I could have gotten regular gray grout or regular gray caulking, but it would have been smooth, and then it wouldn't have matched everywhere, and then I would have had to have done this whole thing to make it look all the same. And because it's all rough, I thought I would use something rough. I thought, what can I use? And that's what I'm going to do right there. Sanded ceramic tile caulking. If you want to watch that, it's not going to take me too long to do this top. You know, this video's not going to be that long. If you want to watch that, stick around. Because see, here's something else. This crack right in there, I'm going to get that without getting hardly any on this stucco. How am I going to do that? Well, you'll just have to watch and learn. Well, am I ready to use this caulk yet? This sanded ceramic tile caulking? No, not just yet. I've got to cut a small tip on there, but before I do that, I'm going to get up in here and I've got to put, let's see how I'm going to do this so that you can see. Let's see, I'll set you down over here. I'm going to use some regular masking tape. I'm going to go around the bottom. I'm hoping this is going to stick onto the stucco enough. Just going to go right below the crack, that bottom crack. Okay. That's how I'm going to keep it off the bottom. And I could keep wrapping it, but just gonna do that. Now, when I'm going to put just a little bead down at the bottom, and I can rub it in with my finger and wipe it off right on top of the masking tape. See? Then, after I get it on there, I can pull that masking tape off, see if there's any edge. If there is an edge, it shouldn't be any thicker than the masking tape, which is very, very thin. And if need be, at that point, I can kind of wipe it in, or I can take my putty knife and kind of wipe down on there. I want it down onto that, just below the crack, just a hair anyways. And that way, if I have to get my paintbrush out afterwards, I can get my paintbrush and cut in the stucco at the top, leaving the nice grout alone. Okay? And that's how I'm going to do this whole thing. Oh, it kind of drops. So since it drops down, it kind of goes. I can just kind of tilt my masking tape, and then I can bend the masking tape back up a little, or I can cut my masking tape and then pull it down a little and then start over. And I can see they got a little bit of the grout onto the stucco. Not very much, but that's going to go away once I get my paintbrush out. Okay, so I'm going to do that all the way around the column. Halfway done.